What's good, high tide traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Thursday, June 16th. Hope you're well today. In this short video, by popular request, going to be discussing high tide. Apologies for not getting a video out sooner. I've been preparing for my parents to come visit and just having time to get the video out now. There's been a lot of things going on in the community as well, and with a lot of other MJ stocks and the whole market just getting completely destroyed at the moment. So we'll take a look at high tide's earnings. We'll do the review. They beat on revenue, missed on EPS estimates, but they had 9th straight quarter of adjusted EBITDA, positive adjusted EBITDA. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel if you're new here. You can subscribe and tick the bell to be notified on any future updates. We'll do some analysis, some TA technical analysis on the stock here as well. But it's ticker symbol HITI on the NASDAQ is what we'll be charting here. And we do have a weekly bear flag, which we'll look at here in a moment. But we'll take a look at the earnings. I'm just going to do a quick video today. I want to focus more on some of the technicals, but trying to keep these videos a little shorter by popular request as well. So High Tide reports second quarter 2022 financial results featuring a 98% increase in revenue and 9th straight quarter of positive adjusted EBITDA. So everything's looking really, really good. But as I mentioned from time and time again now, over the last couple of months and quarters, it's just nothing really fundamental is making a big dent, right? Nothing's going to really matter in such a bear market. So many people are wondering why we're down. We're just following the rest of the sector, even though this company, I own this company, full disclosure as well in my portfolio, my long-term no touch. But, it doesn't matter if you have great fundamentals. It's just like the US MSOs, they have great financials and numbers and fundamentals. But a lot of the major MSOs as well are down 80 to, 70 to 80% from February, the highs of February 2021, right? So it's not just high tide. Even companies in the US with great fundamentals are going down. Why? It's because the whole sector is in a bear market. So we'll just go through some of the highlights here. Revenue increased to 81 million. If we take a look at the estimates, analysts were expecting 78.1 million, so they came in with a beat there. Slight beat at 81.03 million. They did miss on EPS, so earnings per share estimates. They were expecting negative 0.733, so negative 0.14, so still at a loss from operations. But we do have, like I said, the 9th consecutive positive adjusted EBITDA in the quarter, 9th quarter in a row. So let's go through here and compare to the same quarter of 40.9 million, the same quarter last year, so huge increase. And I also did another video on why I'm bullish on high tide now. In Alberta, they're the retailers. They used to be a website, AGLC, that was handling some delivery as well. But now that's all into the retailers, and they're also dropping their prices very competitively to, say, Value Buds, Canna Cabana. So I really like high tide for a long-term hold. Sequentially, revenue increased 12% compared to the previous quarter, and we know that a lot of other LPs and stuff, this is a retailer, so it's not really comparing apples to oranges, or you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, not apples to apples, but nice to see that revenue quarter over quarter has been increasing. We know that to be the case, though, because the sales in Canada have been increasing month over month, right, for rec sales, but the Tier 1 LPs are kind of losing market share, so those Tier 1 LPs are kind of dropping off quarter over quarter, but because this is a retailer and sales are going up month over month in rec sales in Canada, it makes sense that their revenues are going up. This represents the second highest quarterly revenue figure generated by a Canadian MJ company reported in Canadian dollars. Very nice. Great company in my opinion. Gross profit increased by 51% to 22.7, which is great to see, million in the second quarter, 22 compared to 15 million in the same quarter last year. Gross profit margin in 3 months ended was 28%, so that's great compared to not compared to the previous quarter. Ended January 31st, it was 32%, but on average, it's around 30 to 35% is what we want to see. The drop in gross profit margin is attributed to increase in share of total revenue coming from the brick and mortar retail side of the company's business as a result of the continued easing of the pandemic restrictions across North America and the rapid organic and inorganic bricks and mortar expansion in Canada. Adjusted EBITDA, already went over that. I'll go through this a little quicker here. Segment-wise, in the 3 months ended April 30th, 80 million of revenue was generated by retail, 1 million by wholesale, and an immaterial amount by corporate. Cash on hand as of April 30th, 2022 totaled 15 million. So they did miss on EPS. Like I said, negative 14 it came in, and they were expecting negative 0.7. So pretty big miss there in terms of EPS, but lots to take away, positives to take away from this though. Positive EBITDA, adjusted EBITDA, great gross margins, did decline a little bit, but still not, nothing to really worry about. But moving on here, so High Tide also launched Cabana MJCo private label in Saskatchewan. So that was some other bullish news. Not going to dive into this whole article, but you can check it out if you want to learn more. But we'll take a look at the stock here. Again, HITI on the NASDAQ. We'll do some technical analysis. And again, if you're wondering why we're down, it's just because the whole sector is down 70 to 80%, even U.S. companies in MJ, right? And if you take a look, High Tide down about 87% from the all-time high and the February 2021 high a little over a year ago. We did have an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on these EMAs, and we confirmed a monthly downtrend here with a lower high and a lower low. So back in July is when we confirmed the monthly downtrend. Then we had another lower high and lower low, another lower high and lower low. It's a monthly inside bar at the moment, so support is at 173, resistance is at 365. If we break resistance, we start the monthly bounce. If we break support, we continue monthly consolidation. We had this EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on the monthly, which insinuated more downside was coming. That's exactly what we got. But now that that bear cross has occurred, we can likely potentially look for a bounce at some point soon, in my opinion. We also touched down on weekly oversold, but at the moment, it's a weekly bear flag. So if we take the high to the low, take the Fibonacci here, anything under $3.02, that 0.382 fib, is a potential weekly bear flag. And if we take the measured move, all you do is go from the high to the low, move it over here to the 0.382. It would be a measured move and target of about $1. So that's not what people want to hear right now. I wish I had better news in terms of the charts, but the charts are what the charts are. And that's another 50% of a downside that we could potentially see here. How do we know the weekly bear flag is confirming? We need to lose this support. So if we lose support at $1.73, that is the level to be watching right now. So if you're in High Tide and maybe you're looking to add, maybe you want to add a little bit here. If you're a little bit more conservative, you could set a stop loss under 173 and try and bottom fish this thing, or you could start to scale in now, buy a little bit now, buy a little bit around 170, buy a little bit around $1. You could start to scale in multiple orders. That's one way to do it as well. But we are potentially seeing more downside here with a weekly bear flag. It's not looking good. We're still in a weekly downtrend, and anything under $5.10 was just a weekly lower high. So we are seeing another weekly lower high and a potential for that bear flag to occur. But if we do get over 302, that's going to negate this weekly bear flag. And we're just going to be watching the broader market, right? We're very correlated to the broader market. SPY right now is a daily bear flag, which is not, it's confirming as well, right? So if we take a look at SPY here, confirming this daily bear flag, it's kind of the same situation just on the daily time frame. We lost the low here at 370.59. So as soon as we lost that support, we didn't get above the 0.382. So anything under 388 was a daily bear flag. We lost support, confirmed the daily bear flag, and the target on S&P is down around 350. So if the S&P 500 is going to 350, that's going to be headwinds for HITI. And even though we had great earnings, it doesn't matter. When the broader market is trending lower and the whole sector, the whole MJ sector is in a bear market, everything moves in tandem. So we need to potentially expect to drop down to that $1. But personally, I've been buying into High Tide. I think my average is around $3. I'll look to add if we break that weekly support there at 173. But just been averaging into this one slowly, dollar cost averaging, just like most of all my MJ positions. And let me know in the comments below if you're looking to add this one. What are you doing? Are you buying, selling, holding? Again, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But I am going to be looking to add if we do confirm this weekly bear flag. And like I said, SPY has me a little cautious as well. We're still underneath the 10-week moving average there at 282. We did have a bull cross of the stochastic, and the MACD is starting to show a little bit of a curl where we could see a bull cross there as well, but still a lot of work to go here in terms of the weekly time frame. We are seeing the 50 weekly cross down through the 100 weekly moving average, which is perceived as bearish when you have these shorter term time frame moving averages crossing down through the longer term. That generally means that we could see more downside. We also had a death cross when the 50-day crossed downward, the 50-day moving average down through the 200-day moving average. That's called a death cross. And that was the first time that happened after that massive move and run up right into February 2021 highs. So if you just exited there on that death cross, the price was at around $6. You would have been able to exit at $6 and reload right around here, around $1, right? Just based on that death cross alone. And I mean, we were weekly overbought. And again, I say this all the time. Anything over 70 is considered overbought. Back here in February 2021, we were over 90 on RSI, so we were extremely overbought. If you knew nothing about charts and investing and you just bought when the RSI was here, overbought, you sell when we're overbought and you buy when we're oversold, you'd do better than 90% of retail investors, right? But it's a lot easier said than done. Buying low, selling high sounds easy, but when you factor in emotions, which that's all this is charting emotions, and you got to leave the emotions at the door. But unfortunately, even with all the positive parts of their earnings, we're just not seeing that reflected in the share price because the whole entire sector is down. Going to end it there, though. If you could, one more time, smash the like on your way out. I would appreciate it. Thanks again for joining us on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you on the next video.